In a surprising turn of events, the Green Bay Packers have made a strategic move to solidify their quarterback depth by signing Tyrod Taylor, just as Malik Willis embarks on a new chapter with the Miami Dolphins. Willis, once considered a potential bust, has turned his career around, securing a lucrative 3-year deal worth $67 million after impressing during his time in Green Bay. Now, as the dust settles on this transaction, fans must wonder, can the Packers maintain their Super Bowl aspirations with this latest addition? Comment below. Where are you watching from, and what do you think of this signing? Tyrod Taylor, at 36 years old, finds himself stepping into a role that the Packers desperately needed to fill. With Willis moving on, it was paramount for Green Bay to find a reliable backup quarterback, and Taylor fits that bill perfectly. Over his 15 seasons in the NFL, he's amassed considerable experience, participating in 100 games with 62 starts. He's not a superstar, nor does he need to be. Instead, he brings stability and competence when called upon, traits that are invaluable, especially for a team with championship aspirations. The Packers are banking on Jordan Love to be their undisputed starter. When healthy, Love has shown flashes of brilliance, proving himself as one of the better quarterbacks in the league. However, his injury history raises eyebrows. Last season, he missed 2 games due to a concussion, and the previous year, an MCL sprain sidelined him for additional time. While it's premature to label Love as injury-prone, the reality is that in the cutthroat environment of a Super Bowl chase, every game is critical. If the Packers find themselves in a position where they need to rely on their backup, they can now look to Taylor, who has the experience to not just keep the team afloat, but potentially lead them to victory. This signing signals a calculated approach by the Packers front office. They understand that depth is key to navigating a grueling NFL season, especially when playoff aspirations are on the line. Taylor's presence means that should Love go down, Green Bay has a quarterback who knows how to win and has the chops to manage a game effectively. The fan reaction to this move is likely mixed. Some will appreciate the veteran leadership that Taylor brings, while others might question whether he's the right fit for a team poised to compete at the highest level. However, one thing is clear. The Packers are committed to ensuring that they have the necessary resources available to support their main man, Love. As we delve deeper into the implications of this signing, it's worth noting how Taylor's experience can be utilized. His ability to mentor Love and provide insights from his years in the league cannot be overlooked. In a sport that demands constant adaptation and learning, having a seasoned presence on the sidelines can be just as beneficial as having him on the field. Transitioning to our next segment, we'll explore how the Packers can maximize the talents of their newly signed backup quarterback and what strategies they might implement to ensure that their Super Bowl hopes remain intact. As we delve deeper into the aftermath of the 2026 NFL Draft, one of the most significant shifts for the Green Bay Packers has been the transition in their defensive leadership. With Jeff Hafley departing to take over the Miami Dolphins, the Packers have now brought in Jonathan Gannon as their new defensive coordinator. This move raises a multitude of questions and expectations for both the team and its passionate fan base. When Gannon addressed the media recently, he didn't just talk about the X's and O's. He emphasized the stability of the Packers organization as a primary reason for his decision to join the franchise. In a league notorious for its constant upheaval, Gannon's recognition of Green Bay's historical consistency is both refreshing and telling. He remarked, "The organization, being in the NFL for however many years, you just see the stability of this place, and that kind of catches your eye in a league that's so much turnover." This stability is crucial, especially as the Packers look to build on their legacy and maintain their competitive edge in the NFC North. Gannon's comment about the Packers being an iconic franchise resonates deeply with fans. The lore of Green Bay, from the legendary Vince Lombardi to the current roster, is something that transcends generations. Gannon's acknowledgement that when you're a little kid, you learn about the Green Bay Packers, no matter where you are in the country, underscores the unique position this team holds in the landscape of professional football. It's not just a job for Gannon. It's an opportunity to be part of something bigger, something that has shaped the culture of the NFL. However, it's not just the history that excites Gannon. It's also the opportunity to work alongside head coach Matt LaFleur. Having faced LaFleur's teams in the past, Gannon expressed enthusiasm about the collaboration, stating it was really cool to link up with him. This relationship could be pivotal for the Packers as they look to create a cohesive strategy that maximizes the talents of their roster. Gannon's defensive philosophy also merits attention. He emphasizes adaptability over rigid schemes, stating, "I just believe that you've got to continually, every year, try to adapt and solve problems." This is a refreshing outlook, especially considering the challenges the Packers have faced defensively in recent seasons. Gannon's approach, which avoids getting caught up in 4-3, 3-4, suggests a willingness to evolve based on the strengths of the players at his disposal. This adaptability is crucial. Gannon is not interested in forcing his system upon players who may not fit the mold. Rather, he aims to tailor the defense to ensure players are in positions where they can excel. "If we're not good at this, just because I like to do it, we're not going to do it," he asserted. This honesty is a breath of fresh air and speaks volumes about his commitment to the player's success. It's a philosophy that aligns perfectly with the Packers' tradition of prioritizing player development and maximizing talent. As Gannon prepares to implement his defense this offseason, there are numerous factors to consider. The Packers have a talented roster with potential stars, but the challenge will be cultivating that talent into a cohesive and formidable unit. Fans will be watching closely to see how Gannon's vision translates onto the field. With the NFL landscape constantly shifting and the Packers facing intense competition, the stakes couldn't be higher. But with Gannon at the helm of the defense, there's a renewed sense of hope that the team can adapt, evolve, and once again assert itself as a dominant force in the league. Stay tuned as we continue to follow the latest developments surrounding the Green Bay Packers and what this new chapter under Jonathan Gannon will bring. Up next, we'll dive into the team's draft picks and how they might impact the upcoming season.
The Green Bay Packers find themselves at a critical juncture as the NFL season progresses. Last week, the whispers of potential trades and roster changes were swirling around the franchise, igniting conversations amongst the fan base. The speculation has intensified regarding whether the Packers will look to bolster their squad with fresh talent or stick with their current lineup. It's a pivotal moment for a team that has seen its share of ups and downs this season. Fans, where are you watching from? Leave your thoughts in the comments below as we delve into what's next for our beloved Packers. As we dive into the latest news, let's address the elephant in the room, the performance of the offense. It was a mixed bag in the last game, with moments of brilliance overshadowed by critical mistakes. The quarterback position has been under the spotlight, with fans divided on the effectiveness of the current starter. Some argue that he's capable of leading the team when it matters most, while others are calling for a change, citing inconsistency and missed opportunities. The coaching staff has been under pressure to make the right calls, especially with playoff aspirations hanging in the balance. In terms of roster changes, the rumor mill is buzzing with potential trades that could significantly alter the team's dynamics. There's talk about acquiring a seasoned wide receiver or bolstering the defensive line, which has been leaky at times. How can the Packers continue to compete at a high level if they don't make strategic moves? It's a question that many fans are grappling with as we approach the trade deadline. The organization must weigh the pros and cons carefully. Do they gamble on new talent, or do they trust in the development of their existing players? Critics have pointed out that the front office has been hesitant to make bold moves in the past, which has sometimes left the team lacking depth. The Packers' history of drafting and developing talent is commendable, but the current climate suggests that a more aggressive approach could be beneficial. The NFC North is no cakewalk, and with rivals like the Lions and Vikings showing strength, Green Bay can't afford to stand still. As we analyze the team's performance, we have to take a closer look at the defensive unit, which has shown flashes of brilliance but also moments of vulnerability. The secondary needs to tighten up, and the pass rush must become more consistent if they want to keep opposing quarterbacks on their toes. The coaching staff has acknowledged these issues, but it remains to be seen how they will address them moving forward. And let's not overlook the fan reaction. Social media is ablaze with opinions on what direction the Packers should take. Some fans are advocating for a complete overhaul, while others are more optimistic, believing that the current roster just needs time to gel. The passion of the Packers fan base is palpable, and it's clear that everyone has a stake in the team's success. As the trade deadline approaches, the Packers must make some critical decisions, and the pressure is on. Will they stand pat and trust their current roster to turn things around, or will they take a risk and bring in new talent that could help elevate the team to the next level? These are the questions that keep fans up at night, and rightly so. In closing, the Green Bay Packers are at a crossroads. The blend of potential and current performance creates a fascinating tension. The upcoming weeks will be telling, not just in terms of performance on the field, but also in how the front office chooses to navigate the trade deadline. What will the Packers do? Only time will tell. But one thing is for sure, the fans will be right there, ready to support their team through thick and thin. As we wrap up this video, remember to share where you're watching from and your thoughts on the Packers' future in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe for more updates, analysis, and insights on our team. Let's continue to rally behind the Green Bay Packers as we push through the remainder of the season. Go Pack Go!